In Asante's historical memory, the Yaa Asantewaa War, also known as the War of the Golden Stool, stands as the pivotal confrontation between the Asante polity and British imperial power in 1900 to 1901. During this event, several queens or Ahemmaa played important roles. Among them was the Offinso hemaa Nana Afranewaa, who is remembered in many accounts as an ally of Yaa Asantewaa of Edweso. Although the documentary evidence is limited, as is common with oral histories from the turn of the century, many scholarly summaries and reference works now recognize Offinso's queen as a supporting figure in the conflict. Offinso, located north of Kumasi, is one of the Asante member states, or otumfuo. Let's take a closer look at the British invasion of the Asante Kingdom, which happened between 1896 and 1900. After the British forces seized control of Kumasi in January 1896, they exiled the Asantehene, Prempeh I, along with several prominent chiefs, to the Seychelles. This act really weakened Asante authority and left the kingdom vulnerable. In the years that followed, colonial governors started to demand symbolic displays of submission from the Asante people. One of the most significant moments came in March 1900, when Governor Frederick M. Hodgson demanded to be seated on the Golden Stool. This request was widely seen by the Asantes as an act of sacrilege, and it immediately sparked the uprising. During this turbulent time, Yaa Asantewaa of Edweso, who had taken on the regency and leadership in the late 1880s, delivered a passionate patriotic speech at Edweso. Her words inspired and rallied the Asante fighters, setting the stage for a determined resistance. These fighters quickly moved to besiege the British fort at Kumasi from March to June of 1900. So who was Queen Afranewaa, the Offinso hemaa, and what made her union with Yaa Asantewaa so significant? Afranewaa's remembered role, honestly, really exemplifies her wide spectrum of authority. You know, women's political and military authority is quite common among the Asantes, and the Asante chieftaincy institution is never just ceremonial. Scholarship attests to Asante queens serving as regents, selecting installments, managing litigation, commanding fighters in emergencies, and even holding stools themselves. So, you know, the 1900 war was actually not just a single-node rebellion, but rather a federated mobilization across the Asante states. It was really a means of networking and collective resistance. Edweso, Offinso, Kokofu, Bakwai, and others, they all coordinated through kinship and stool alliances. Offinso hemaa, operating alongside Edweso hemaa, for instance, really illustrates how matrilineal ties, especially among the Asona clan, backed wartime cooperation. Modern scholarship on queens notes that Yaa Asantewaa and the Offinso queen were actually kinswomen within the Asona matriclan, collaborating politically during this era. And although not every detail is stated by archival corroboration, the Oxford Research Encyclopedia entry on Yaa Asantewaa explicitly links her to her cousin, the Queen Mother of Offinso, as a party to elite political pacts of the period. Several syntheses now state that Nana Yaa Afranewaa of Offinso supported Yaa Asantewaa during the war. A University of Toronto study summarizes local historical memory as, "History has it that Yaa Asantewaa fought the war with the support of Nana Afranewaa, the queen of Offinso traditional area." The Ghana Armed Forces affiliated KIPC paper on Yaa Asantewaa makes references to the differing role of Offinso queen, who also acted as an Offinso chief and tactically supported Yaa Asantewaa. This revelation is important for any historian because it signals that Offinso state support is widely remembered even if specific operational details remain contested. The British occupied Kumasi in January of 1896. Then, in the middle of 1900, with Asante forces dispersing into the hinterland, Offinso became a refuge and a secondary staging ground. Several books state that Yaa Asantewaa regrouped in Offinso with the cooperation of Offinso hemaa Nana Afranewaa, sustaining resistance after the relief of Kumasi. History adds a concrete narrative beat. After early reversals, Yaa Asantewaa fled to Offinso and raised another group of scouts and rebels with the cooperation of the Queen of Offinso, Nana Yaa Afranewaa. The systematic British arrests of Asante leaders happened in 1901. Asantehene Prempeh I and Yaa Asantewaa, along with other chiefs and elders, are exiled to the Seychelles, leaving the queens and regents to take the reins. In 1902, the Asante territories were annexed as a British protectorate, though, the Golden Stool itself remains out of direct colonial control, a symbolic Asante success. On October 17, 1921, Yaa Asantewaa died in exile. Her remains were later returned and reburied in Ghana. Because Afranewaa's role matters or aligns with persistent Asante oral testimony about Offinso's assistance, historians should treat such summaries with care. In summary, Nana Afranewaa of Offinso emerges as a supporting ally in the Yaa Asantewaa War, a queen who, by kinship, political pact, and remembered action, joined the Edweso Queen in resisting British demands in 1900, including by providing a refuge and rally point at Offinso during the war's later phase. The precise operational details of her contributions remain unevenly documented in colonial papers, but the converging testimonies of scholarship and reference works make her role in the struggle both plausible and meaningful within the broader architecture of Asante women's leadership.